Hey Planet Poke people, it's me, Diogen Z, and it's time to play Pokemon Conquest. One quick delegation, and today we're going to delve into the area owned by Shingen, which has slipped my mind. Terra something. It might be Terraforma, or we're going to transform that red flag into a blue one today. Let's gather our warriors. I'm going to see if we can take him on with the Magikarp. Yes, it is not hubris that I have here, but simply trying to get my Magikarp to evolve a lot quicker. If it gets experience from a Warlord battle, it might turn into a Gyarados much sooner than we think. Of course, keep in mind, all your ground-type Pokemon, or rather all your electric-type Pokemon, will be grounded by ground-type Pokemon. So Jigglypuff is back to play. Back for the double slap rap of doom! So we need to have water types, grass types. These are great things to bring, and some of the first kingdoms that we owned at the beginning of this Conquest mission. And yes, we are ready to battle the Terra world. It is just Terra, but it means terra firma. To Terrera! Well, if it isn't Diogen Z. I heard rumors about you. What brings you here anyway? You wish to challenge me to a battle? You challenging me to a battle? Ah, very amusing indeed. What? Lord Diogen Z is serious. Ah, yes, of course. I'm sorry. It's just the thought of it. You know, I'd be happy to do battle. But you are just no match for me at the moment, Diogen Z. Though there is one here. Never mind. Come back when you've toughened up a bit, alright, Diogen Z. What? I can't believe we got turned down from a kingdom challenge. Usually the warlords, although resistant, at least let us try to take them on. What? And now they're turning around and attacking us? Those bastards. Underestimate me, that's one thing, but try to take the kingdoms that I've already claimed? Yukimura. You're familiar. You're the one with the Pig Knight! Well, I believe in this battle he'll only have Tepig, but don't underestimate him like his warlord did to us. We'll show these fools who's who, but he has some great power of his own. So prepare yourself to defend Pugilis. Wow, even just a segment of his army is sent after us, and it's still stronger than our max squadron. I don't know, guys. I think we may have to take a different configuration of warriors when we do officially take on Shingen's Terrera, because his army is tough. I don't believe that he is present here, but this is the rest of his army. Yep, 5 members, he making the 6th, that would make sense. He sent all of his forces after us in order to try and prove his point, that we couldn't stand up to him up front. But he chose a very, very poor map, very bad kingdom in his situation to take us on in. Because look who we have on our side. We have 2 floaters, which is very similar to how we defeated Yoshihiro in the first place to take Pugilis, was with our 2 flying types that could hover on and off of the field at free will. And it's great because now instead of floating or flying types being super effective towards psychic, or towards the fighting, wow, type jumble there, we have mainly ground types, a couple of mixed fires though, so we gotta keep Carnivine away from them. But we mainly have ground types here to deal with, which is great because we are still super effective and we know that our past strategy is efficient. This is the first time, however, that any opposing kingdom anywhere in the Ronse region has tried to invade our area. So far, we've been playing the game pretty well. We haven't been wasting too many turns doing nothing. Every turn that we take advantage of, all of our warriors are trained, or delegated, or shopping, or mining, or doing something, which really gives the surrounding warlords a message: don't come and fuck with us. We will tear you up if you try to take our kingdom. But this guy here, Shingen, you heard his Texan tough voice. He means business, and he is not going to let us off scot-free. He will really put us to the test. So right away, since we already know our strategy from the last match we had on this map, that is the only other time that you can come to this main battle field, when you first take on the warlord of that area, and then after, in subsequent matches, if any other kingdoms try to invade you, you'll come back to this main battlefield. Yeah, despite 2 of the 5 members here having fire types, I'm not too worried about the Carnivine. If they keep using that strategy of sticking to the flag, and that's awesome, Spiel has thick fat in this game as well, to just sticking to that flag, we won't have to really worry about them retaliating with fire type moves once we smack them into the pit. That's the really cool thing about the leveled playing field, the multiple dimensions there are to this map, is that once they're off in the pit, you can't attack back with any type of move. No projectiles, no up-close combat, no run-up type of a move like Darumaka used to do, or still does, but haven't really faced with him, haven't really fought with him in a long time. They will be plummeted into the pit and then rendered helpless until they get back on the main field. Now you may have I can't believe it! You dodged not only my Spiel's Icy Wind, but also Jigglypuff's Double Slap. That's crazy. That thing must have a super high speed, because as we were told by that traveling wise man, that elder that we saw a few episodes back, speed makes it so that the higher speed has the advantage in dodging your opponent's move. But I doubt you can dodge this one. Vine Whip! Every time I use a Vine Whip in this game, I automatically get back to thinking about Yu Yu Hakusho, and specifically Kurama and his Rose Whip. That was an awesome anime. Superior fighting. I would say even better than Dragon Ball Z. Oh, Dragon Ball Z fanboys will be hating me this episode. But no, what I really liked about Yu Yu Hakusho was the dialogue and the depth of the thought there was involved in why they fight. What's the reasons for fighting after you've gone to the supposed top, and looking at it from all levels. I mean, when it came down to Goru, Sensui, I really don't want to give too much away because I recommend everyone see it, so very few spoilers from me, but Kurama's Rose Whip, that is a remarkable weapon. Graceful, deadly, and a surefire way to clinch victory, as it is here in Pokemon Conquest when we send these opponents out into the pit. Time for a bubble bath! Oh, what's the matter? You don't like that? You're a ground type that is not good with water. That's too bad. I guess that's why the Grand Canyon fell as the way that it did. Before it used to be just a nice stream, and now it's this gigantic canyon. Ground really is weak to water. Erosion! Man, wouldn't that be awful? You enter a battle with a ground type, and then you come out of the battle with it half eroded. Well, it looks like, yes, I know Onix is a rock type, but still, same factors of erosion. It looks like my Onix, it kinda took a beating. Yeah, lost a couple of boulders. Now it's a lot smoother than it once was, but it's alright. It'll be better when it's a Steelix. The water will just roll right off of it. Yeah, that's when you need a metal coat just to keep your Onix contained and make sure that it doesn't fall apart in pieces on the ground after a water fight like that. Sorry, Drillbur, you're not getting away from me. Vine Whip! What's awesome about floating and flying type Pokemon like Carnivine and like the Rufflet that we had on the past match here is that when they're super effective against an opponent like that, not only do they send them plummeting into the pit, but they can potentially be the finisher to make sure that Pokemon never makes it back onto the main battle box arena. And will we do it? Will we claim victory quickly? Of course not. I want to attack this guy. Torment our foes a little bit more. I think that all you really have to do is wait out your opponent for 5 turns. That's the one difference than taking on the warlord of the area that already owns it. When we took on Yoshihiro, we had to thoroughly defeat him, make sure all the opponents were eliminated, and grab all the banners, or at least claim the banners for a consecutive amount of turns. This we just have to hold on to our area for 5 turns, and if we can make it in 5 turns, or less, if we can defeat them actually all in time, then that would be awesome. Then that means we, of course, claim victory. But the game gives you a nice break and rewards you for already claiming a territory by letting you just wade off the Onslaught army and just try and be a defensive barrier. You don't necessarily have to have the strongest team member in that kingdom, and it's good. We were prepared in this situation with our top tier fighters because we were just about to take on Shingen. I'm really glad that we can't because, well, at this episode, I'm really glad that we sort of had a taste of Shingen's army and his power, because even with him not there, their power level dwarfed ours. Of course, you look at the scoreboard now over at the bottom right corner at the top screen of the DS, and it shows that, yeah, we have leveled out the playing field with super effective strategy. But that's not going to be enough when we go to Shingen's homeland. He's going to have the upper advantage and an even stronger power level when his power and his Pokemon is added to the mix. So I don't think Magikarp is going to be joining us on this experience-gaining mission, but that's just fine. We need to do the more important task of saving the entire Ransei region, rather than just selfishly evolving my Magikarp into Gyarados. I really got to get on the ball and enter some of those codes in, because I have seen them on Cerebi. I guess I just have to go on the home screen and make them available to our journey here. The nice thing is, it's not just an automatic grab, it just gives you the capability of getting that Pokemon in areas that you've already conquered. So a traveling messenger, I suppose it is, a traveling messenger will come by and tell you when a swarm essentially comes by of that Pokemon, and then you can get it added to your warrior conquest list. Since this is a testing battle for Shingen's army, I do wonder if they're going to stay longer than 5 turns, because I think that's already passed since we're in the 24th already. I didn't remember how many turns we had. That doesn't really get important to me until I see them dwindling down to 10. But that's fine. If we have to defeat Shingen's army the original way of pure ponage, it's good by me. Now I'm curious, can Magikarp even do anything useful with Splash? Nope. And the Battle Bell? Not at all. Not at all. Can't even raise our other warrior and Pokemon pals upgraded attack. Can't do that. Nope. Not possible. Oh noes! Oh, that's fine. You get your last cheap shots in that you will. We will continue to shove you off of our banners. Get back! Get back! Get back to where you once belong. Your territory, get back, so I can defeat you and your Texan warlord. Yeah, get back. Come on, you have no chance here. You are outnumbered. Our power level is far higher than yours at this point. And there goes another one of your warriors in Pokemon. Goodbye, K, or Key. Yeah, I think it's Key. There will be no more of Yi. And it's pretty pointless for Magikarp to do anything but grab presents, so cool. Now it has a potion. It would need it the most since it doesn't have an attack. Whoopsha! Rose Whip! If that was the Rose Whip, man, Scraggy would have been eviscerated. There's no way that thing would have lived any longer. Yeah, you boost up your attack all you want. We couldn't have gotten that Pokemon in a better position. This is a rare situation where this particular takeover works the best. Oh, you know what it is? It's claim the flags when they're all blue for 5 turns. Then you don't have to worry about defeating the entire army. That's what I'm thinking about. Okay, never mind. But this is the perfect situation because here we have a long-range fire Pokemon that needs 1 space, at least 1 space, to launch its fire-type move Ember, and Piplup has already sat in the middle of that, so any Ember that Tepig is going to try is going to go right over it into the next square over, which is excellent planning, and it's a perfect way to trap Shingen's last remaining warriors. Which, what'd I tell you? Wasn't I warning you about the future Pignite trainer, or warlord? Warrior, yeah, the 3rd time, let's get it right. He's just a standard warrior, a special warrior because he's on the side of Shingen's army, but still, he is trouble, and his Tepig is powerful. It will only get more so as it progresses and evolves, but that's why we need to take him out now, while he's still a tiny Tepig trainer, and I don't care, he is a trainer in some certain respect. He is trapped. Can't go up that corner. The most he could do is hit the battle bell, but that's minuscule. Minuscule to what he can try on Piplup, which is really nothing. The best he can do is go a few spaces back, and even there I think the ledge will actually uptake the Ember so that Piplup won't even have to have a little bit of a not very effective move hit him. So, game good. We have won. Checkmate and match and splash for effect. Shingen's army is shit. But that's just a sample of his power. Like I said, he did not have the home team advantage here. Now we get to take it from the owning warlord perspective of having a kingdom and having it taken over. Haven't had that happen since the original takeover at Aurora when Hideyashi's 2-man army came over for a visit. And that was nothing powerful. But this takeover we see, there is going to be a lot more training involved, a lot more strategy that has to be thought of in order to defeat Shingen very soundly. I like his terrain, I like his map, so hopefully we're not going to waste too much time training. I don't even think it's necessary. The only thing I want to change that we did wrong on this battlefront is that our army is not configured with our best warriors that we could be bringing along. It's kind of like he's showing us his hand before we even get to verse him in a Pokemon card battle. If you know someone's hand and you know what the potential for their evolution cards are going to be, you'll know how to defeat their Pokemon quickly as to prevent and make those cards useless. But wow, all those rings of the battle bell that Tepig was doing really strengthened that Scraggy. Good for us that we've been holding on for a good amount of turns, and I do believe we'll hold the front strong. Even if we don't end up defeating this Scraggy, we should have enough turns under our queue to warrant us victory. Too bad we can't send him off the side of that little platform there. Otherwise, Carnivine's move could do even more stall damage. But it's fine. It's a fine. But now we know what Shingen's army is made of. It's not just ground types. That's what you'll notice as you get significantly higher in Conquest, is that the tougher warlords, they're tougher and stronger because their main type that their kingdom is known for is not the only type that their army brings into the field, which is what our army is meant to do. It's meant to be a versatile fighting team that can take on any opponents. We have 2 turns left, so even if Scraggy bulldozes through my spiel here, I still have Carnivine to block it one more turn, and we claim victory. That is using brain for beating your opponent. And we get treasure chests all over the map. But I want Piplup to be in a good spot, just in case. just in case. So we'll need to bring some water types. We'll need to maybe leave back one of the weaker Carnivine that have already been defeated. And we have to be aware of those fire types, not to mention the upcoming Kenshin Warlord's main linked Pokemon. I'm going to leave that a surprise for the... Oh wait, I don't even have to leave that a surprise. Why would I do that? You already saw it sitting next to Kenshin, laughing along as he taunted our team. Ho ho ho. But he won't be laughing for so long when his team of warriors comes whimpering back saying that they failed to take our Pugilis castle. Booyah! Tell that to Kenshin and tell him to get ready. But yes, you've already seen Rhyperior. We have to take on that whole team once more in the next episode and face Rhyperior. So, I think we have shown our power is mighty. Yukimura, do us a favor. Go tell that boss of yours, Kenshin, to kick it into high gear, because we're coming! And we are going to be more ruthless in our next encounter than this one defending Pugilis. Yes, farewell for now, mighty Yukimura. We will face you again in the very near future. Unbelievable! Powerful warriors like that here in our kingdom? But you saved the day, Lord Diogenzi. Bum, 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 ba-dum. What evolution of a trainer? Da-da. That is right, everyone. Me, Diogenzi, in Conquest, have transformed. I guess I have evolved just like my Pokemon. A very cool feature of Conquest, the warriors themselves can evolve into new and impressive forms of power and different costumes to look more like their main linked Pokemon, and also to give them a significant boost in power. So now that we have evolved, we have transformed into a stronger warlord, I think it is time to go knocking on Kenshin's door and see if he is willing to admit that we definitely have the strength to squash him and his puny army. And now anything at this point is just pure delay and procrastination of his inevitable defeat and our taking of his kingdom. Oh, what's the matter, Kenshin? You big baby? Don't want to be a warlord anymore? Can't take the conquering? We'll conquest that in the next episode.